You guys probably already know in the Naruto universe, it's filled with a whole bunch of different type of ninja. Some ninja are better than the other, and they have ninja ranks for each village. For example, in the Elite Village, the top of the food chain or the leader or the strongest shinobi is usually considered the Hokage, but that's the Hidden Leaf Village. There's other places that have their own leader in their land, and let's talk about the one in the village hidden in the clouds, the Raikage, who's their leader. Well, just like other villages, there's actually been several leaders throughout the years, just like how the Leaf Village has had their own set of leaders over the years. Yeah, that's why they have their own Mount Rushmore, basically. There's a chance you might be familiar with the speedster Raikage, but you ever wondered how strong was his dad, the one before him? They have a lot of similarities. Due to different villages having different elements they specialize in, this village just happens to be the one where they specialize in using lightning style techniques. Just like how the Raikage is known for his speed and durability thanks to his lightning armor that protects himself, allows him to be able to strike fast because it makes his speed crazy. This similar lightning type stuff his dad can also do. The third Raikage can do as well. He has like literally lightning style techniques like a lightning release chakra mode. Similar to his son, one could say it's basically offense and defense. The fourth Raikage says it best as armor. This lightning release stuff actually increases their actual fighting speed and reaction time, as explained here. One thing I personally like about this fighting style is because it's pretty flashy and it's straight to the point. It's not really confusing. He's a fast character. He will blitz you and punch you thanks to his lightning armor and everything. It's just straightforward. One of the third special techniques is the stabby ability or technique. It's actually more potent than his own defense, even though his defense is crazy. You can tell whether he's holding back against you or not, depending on how many fingers he has up when it comes to this spirit technique. The more fingers he has up, the less powerful. The less he puts up, the more powerful. It was even compared to Kakashi's lightning blade or Sasuke's Chidori. See, here he has 4 fingers, and here he has 4, and switch to 3. The fewer fingers he uses, the more focuses the energy, and the thrust gets more powerful. They call it the invincible spear that I'm gonna get back to later on. And if that's not enough, his speed actually got complemented by Naruto when he was in his Golden State Speedster-ish type form. Pretty much compared him to his own son. Of course, that's obvious, right? I know people debate on which generation is strong, but I feel like any generation, if you're a Kage level being, you always should be respected no matter which time period. How scary strong are we talking though? He's one of those characters that was at one point once alive, but due to the ninja war, a lot of ninjas got resurrected in a reanimated zombified state. He was one of the many reanimated back, but he's still a menace regardless if he's a zombie Ito Tensei or if he's alive, right? And they don't have control of their body because they don't want to fight the good guys. They literally have to because of the way they got brought back. So it's weird panels where you would hear him try to help out the people that he's fighting and his body will move without thinking. They quickly heal in this zombified state. The only way to really beat these versions of these characters, you have to seal away their soul or immobilize them via sealing them up to where they can't move, stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into how mighty he is. Of course, you know he's mighty because we see him literally face off against other Kage level beings like Gaara and him and a whole bunch of shinobi that he just blitzes to and sends them flying. Gaara, somebody that's also a Kage level being, especially in this time, trapped this third Raikage here, he simply breaks out of the grip with Gaara. To get an idea of his lore and his history, he's ridiculously strong to the point where when it comes to tail beasts, oh yeah, by the way, to those that are not familiar with Naruto, there's a whole bunch of tail beasts, each of them being very powerful in their own right. They're extremely large. For the most part, no matter which tail beast we're talking about, all of them can blow away a mountain easily with their blast power, of course. And when it comes to his lore, the third Raikage, it is said he's the only shinobi to ever been able to go head to head with a tail beast unarmored and unarmed. These occasions make sense. I mean, because you got occasions like this where they was having a little scuffle with the tail beast. He was one of the beings that helped seal him up with a jutsu in this urn. Yeah, you see him sealing him up in that, showing that he knows other jutsu other than lightning style. I mean, this guy faced thousands of shinobis for days by himself, one-man army status, showing that he has crazy stamina as well. I would have liked to know how strong these shinobi was. They obviously wasn't nothing to him. Breaking out of Gaara's sand is no easy feat. You're probably thinking, oh man, it's just sand. Well, guys, it's not that simple. You got to remember, Gaara with his jutsu can control a large amount of sand and control it at will. For him to be able to break out of this like this, we've seen Gaara manipulate and control city-sized amounts of sand all at once and attack you with things of that such. Simply stabbing through this is something you should not brush over. Gaara's sand has taken straight up strikes from Susanoo slashes that can cut mountains. Due to the amount of sand Gaara can produce or lift, it's pretty much confirmed Gaara, if he wanted to, he has the strength to flatten an entire city or the entire village that's city-sized, at least if he really felt like it, right? So simply breaking out Gaara's sand is no easy feat. City-sized amounts of volumes of sand, the third Raikage would have the power to cut it out of the way of his path if he wants to. I mean, just look at Gaara's sand withstanding slices from Madara Susanoo clones. That should already give you an idea of the power of Gaara. Considering how much sand Gaara can produce or how much he can protect, this would imply that Raikage can cut through stuff that can wipe out a whole island or a city if he wished, or cutting through city-sized amounts of sand, if that makes sense. I guess part of this could be because general lightning style attacks just generally counter sand type stuff. This could partly be the reason why he's able to counter it so easily. Y'all get tossed. When these people had the nerve to use an earth release wall against him, he pulls out his cutting power spear, charges towards it. It looks pretty freaking thick. Yeah, you can see how big it is. And he's blitzing through it. This just gives you an idea of his cutting power. He can cut through big slabs of earth. All this BS he can destroy and slice through, basically. They try to summon this rubber crap in his face. He punches it away. It doesn't matter. Like, he may be lightning, but he has a lot of raw cutting power, which allows him to be able to cut this. It was literally confirmed that the Eight Tails has fought him before. A tailed beast straight up said he was super resilient even for a human. The Raikage chopped off all of his tails with his one finger cutting power attack. This is impressive because the Eight Tails is pretty durable, guys. I'm talking about the kind of durability where he can withstand his own tail beast blast hitting himself and explodes in his face and he's good afterwards. That kind of durability. It's already confirmed in scans like this that each and every one tail beast can get their attacks deflected and they still cause mountain shattering levels of explosions or wide mountain sized explosions. Even the weaker tail beast can produce mountain shattering blasts. It's crazy. I mean, for you to be able to cut off pieces of the Eight Tails, when considering the Eight Tails can take its own blast and they can produce island shattering levels of a blast like this, it kind of proves he could blow away an island, you know what I mean? Slicing a mountain top off is totally believable at this point. A Naruto that has the raw power of the nine-tailed fox at his disposal, the chakra of the nine-tails he can attack with and all that good stuff. Yes, the same nine-tails that has the strength to bust out of things that are way bigger than mountains. Hence his golden state tries to attack the Raikage with a Rasen Shuriken energy blast type of attack, chakra attack, one of his best attacks that creates a big explosion like this. It was creating gusts of wind blowing everybody back from the collateral of the explosion. And the Raikage I'm just being honest, he just straight up ate that. In the show of Naruto, there's different type of Rasengans. We see a Rasengan like the standard one, but then we see Rasen Shurikens. Both have crazy blast power regardless. Not to mention, Naruto was in a powered-up chakra-cloaked state when he did this Rasen Shuriken, and a normal Rasengan from past beings that don't have this golden mode, like Jiraiya. Like, we know Jiraiya is powerful, but let's all agree that Naruto in his golden cloak state is mightier than Jiraiya when he was in this state. When he did a Master Rasengan, it was stated just these Rasengans like this in general can carve away a mountain. So it just gives you an idea of how strong these Rasengans actually are. This shouldn't be no exception when it comes to Naruto doing this too, to the third Raikage. So that's right, even if things that are bigger than mountains fall on him, his durability with his lightning style would help him be able to survive. The blast he got hit with was pretty freaking strong. When you look at the crater he actually made, and he was good. And then he simply just jumps out of the crater. Even when all these beings do all their attacks on him at the same time, he has the durability to withstand all of this BS. Even Tamari's in this group, for example, and they say they haven't inflicted any damage. No effect. It's pretty much confirmed that the third Raikage and the fourth Raikage have better durability overall than Tsunade. She just has the ability to heal real fast for whatever durability she might lack. There was this transportation thing. It helps transport things really far distances really fast. You see, the fourth Raikage is doing it here. Tsunade was damaged. She had to heal from it, but the Raikage is good because of his, armor and stuff. They literally straight up talk about how the only one that was in the past that was successfully able to do this was the third because of his tough physique, being durable as heck. You already know the deal. It's even mentioned here that this technique moves things at the speed of light. We really don't know the limits of the third Raikage's durability, really, because even in this occasion with the tail beast, the only reason he got that scar on his chest is because he had an embarrassing moment long ago and he actually stabbed himself in the chest with his own move. So in all honesty, that's really the only way the heroes actually got the win is because they made his attack hit himself, and that's how they won. It's scary to have all this durability and all this raw cutting power. The scary part is that it's implied he's fast as well. I'm talking about fast in the fighting speed sense. Raikage and Killer Bee have like this little team up move together called the Lariat. One of their attacks is stated that they can attack you at close to the speed of light, apparently. You guys got to remember how fast the third Raikage's son is when it comes to raw speed, blitzing Naruto with this kind of speed, the fastest speed punch. Naruto can evade this kind of speed, implying that Naruto could be at least the speed of light or close to it, at least just like the Raikage apparently is with his fastest attack. I mean, for the most part, this lariat isn't even considered their fastest punch ever, though. And it's still close to the speed of light, so no telling how fast this punch right here actually was. When Naruto was fighting this third Raikage in this mode with a Rasen Shuriken, for example, his fighting speed is able to dodge stuff like this. If you still think I'm exaggerating by the speed, Naruto literally brings up the other Raikage, tries to hit him again with a sneak attack, and he still avoids it. And you guys know how fast Naruto is in this mode. I just literally showed you. It's little panels like this nobody pays attention to. Like, you notice how they're all falling, right? And they haven't hit the ground yet. All this exchange is going on, and they still haven't hit the ground yet. They still haven't hit the ground yet, and they finally hit the ground after all that. You know what I mean? There's an argument that could be made that he could fight at speeds close to light. Or if you're those people that don't believe in statements, at the very least, I think we all can agree he's got to be at least able to react or fight at over 200,000 miles per hour, speed of lightning level speeds. If you don't want to believe the light stuff, this should be acceptable because they're massively faster than the eyes can see as well. The third Raikage is extremely similar to his son. The Raikage's son can block attacks from Madara Susanoo. I do believe if he was in this situation, he probably could as well. It's just stuff like this they constantly can do. So while it is true that he is strong, we didn't get no clear-cut limits on what his durability is like because a lot of his feats happen off screen. But at the end of the day, guys, all of this could be just me. You got to respect the third Raikage. You have to watch this video on top of the fourth Raikage video I made to really get an understanding of both of these characters. They have a lot of similarities when it comes to how they fight. But before I get going, I got to say thanks for the donations, everybody. Helps out a lot. Respect the third Raikage. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.